Are you still struggling with singing on pitch? That's totally normal. Many singers do. And maybe you're wondering how you can sing on pitch so that you can sing your favorite songs on repeat easily without having to rely on some kind of natural talent. And in this episode, I've got you covered with some tools so that you can sing on pitch easily without having to train your voice for hours and hours on end, singing boring scales. So let's dive into that. Now, I totally get it, because this singing on pitch issue that many singers face is because of a mistake that many beginners singers make. And I used to do them too. I used to make the mistake of not really focusing on the pitch when I was learning a song. I was not focusing on developing my internal hearing because I thought that learning different vocal techniques would actually be more important. And really, if you only focus on certain vocal techniques, that is not enough to sing on pitch. First, there's actually a step preceding that, which is developing your internal hearing. Because how can you expect to sing a song on pitch if you don't know what the pitch actually is that needs to be sung, right? That's why developing that internal hearing first is the key to pitch accuracy. So my name is Maggie, by the way, if we don't know each other. I'm the founder of the Singing Insiders, in which I help passionate singers just like yourself become the best versions of themselves through singing. And in these episodes, you're going to get tools, techniques, exercises, and insights around singing to up-level your singing skills. And if we come back to this idea of developing your internal hearing first, you're going to notice that the whole game changes. Because if you continue to only focus your attention in your vocal training on developing a certain vocal technique, then you're missing the necessary foundation to sing a song in tune and in pitch. And I can teach you all the vocal techniques in the world, but if you cannot hear where the music is supposed to be going, then there's no point in me doing that. You could compare it. I like to use a metaphor of a darts board. So with a darts board, we have the center circle, which is the aim. When we're darting, like when we're throwing our darts, that's where we want our little dart arrows to end up, in the center of that dart board. Training your internal hearing is having that aim, is having the clear direction of where to throw your darts. If we're not doing that, and if you're only focused on what vocal technique can help me get on this pitch, then we're throwing darts left and right without really knowing where we're throwing them, because we don't have a clear path. We don't have a clear vision of where our aim is. So if you train your internal hearing first, that will allow you to hear where the music is going and hear what is actually supposed to be sung. And then once you hear it, you can sing it. You can have a clear aim, a vision, a clear path to where this particular song is going. And then we can reassess. If now you know where the song is going, but you're still off pitch, well, that tells us something. Then we can look at, well, how are you using your voice to get to that pitch? And that's oftentimes where we're talking about what techniques can we use to help you get to that pitch. Does that make sense? So this is the broad overview. We're going to do that together now so that you can experience the process. So I chose a song by Aurora that might not be super famous. It is pretty famous. It's her most famous one in my opinion. But if you don't know this song, it's actually a good thing, because this is where we can train the internal hearing, right? Okay, so it goes like this. We're doing Let Love Conquer Your Mind. Warrior, warrior, just reach out for the light. Warrior, going to stop it there. So that is the piece of the song that we're going to be working with. And as I told you before, oftentimes many beginner singers, they tend to go to, okay, there's a high note in there. I am a warrior. There's a high note. How do I sing that one, right? That's the first thing that many beginner singers tend to grab onto. Now, I'm going to challenge you to take a step back and first focus on developing your internal hearing. In other words, listen to a sentence. I'm gonna sing a sentence. Listen to it, and then sing along in your head. Hear where the music is going in your mind. Okay, so step 1, listen. So here we go. Listen. Let love conquer your mind. Warrior, warrior. Now sing that same sentence silently to yourself in your mind. Here we go. And nice. Now let's try and sing that out loud. Here we go. And let love conquer your mind. Warrior, warrior. Nice. How is that? So we're basically really making the process of what our brain is thinking when we're trying to copy an artist. We're making that process super, super slow by first hearing it in our head and then singing it out loud. Now, this is one way to train your internal hearing. There's many other ways. Another way would be, and maybe that will fit you better as a singer and as a person, is to listen to me and then right away sing along with me. So a lot of beginner singers, they tend to find the pitch by following someone's voice. So let's try that. Follow my voice. Step 1 is to listen. So listen to this second sentence. Just reach out for the light. Warrior, warrior. Now sing along with me and follow my voice. Here we go. Just reach out for the light. Warrior, warrior. Nice. So notice which of these approaches is the most beneficial for you. Which one works best? The listening in your head and then repeating it approach, or the singing along approach? And again, there's many ways to train your internal hearing. And we have a whole process on this in the Singing Insiders, which is our membership for singers. If you're interested, I'll link to it in the description here below. But these two approaches will get you started. So whatever approach fit you the best, take that one, and let's go on to the third sentence, which goes like this. I am a warrior, warrior. Let's try and do that together. So either hear it in your head or sing along with me, whatever approach works best for you. Here we go. And I am a warrior, warrior. That gets repeated. I am a warrior. Where we're ending. So this third sentence really is repeated twice, which is the same. Sentence 3 and 4 are the same sentences. So now that we've gone through that first step, which is exploring how to train your internal hearing, one way was to first hear it in your head and then sing it out loud. The other way was to follow my voice. Then we can move on to the second step. Now, if so far you're following along with me and you're finding this helpful, give this video a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and let's continue, because we have actually the best juiciness of this whole episode is still coming. So let's continue. Because now that you know where the music is going, now that you have this aim, now that you have this target, hopefully, and if not, then we need to practice this a little bit more, which is totally fine. We can look at, well, if I'm still singing off pitch, what can I now do to improve it? So you might be sitting there saying, well, Maggie, I've been singing along with you, but I'm still off pitch. I'm still not hitting the note. And that might have to do with how you use your voice to get to that outcome. So I know that was a mistake that I did, but many beginner singers, they tend to sing in only one register. And then what happens, for example, your chest voice, let love conquer your mind. No problem there, we're in chest voice. Warrior, warrior. There might become a little problem there, but the higher we go, the more, especially singers that sing in chest voice, tend to stay there. And so what happens when we're getting to that third sentence, I am a warrior. I'm exaggerating, but we're starting to shout our way to get to that note. And that is oftentimes the reason why many singers are singing off pitch. Because they're pushing or pulling or straining their voices to hit the high note. And that is only causing tension. That is only causing hoarseness. We don't want to have that. So the key here, and this is step 2. So step 1 is developing your internal hearing. Step 2 really is, what vocal technique can I use in order to sing this particular pitch in a healthy and efficient way? And developing your mixed voice is one of the most important techniques that you can do to get there. So, as you can see, mastering your mixed voice, which is essentially taking the world of chest voice, which is responsible for power, and taking the world of head voice, which is responsible for height and range, we're basically mixing those two worlds together. That's your mixed voice. So as you can see, it's a matter of using the right vocal techniques in order to experience that vocal freedom. And mastering that mixed voice really is the most important one. Mastering your mixed voice is the only way to get there. And there's a video, there's another episode in which I explain how exactly you can first activate your mixed voice and train your mixed voice so that you can sing on pitch, so that you can extend your range, whether that's for singing high notes or low notes. That is all going to help you to experience that vocal freedom. So I've queued that video for you up here, and I linked to it in the description down below. And my invitation to you would be to meet me there after watching this episode. So click that link in the description or click the video that appears here, and I'll see you in that next video so that we can keep this conversation going, because that really is the next step in this whole process. So yeah, thank you for having been here. I'll see you in that next episode, and we'll talk there or next week on the next episode. Bye.